Hi, hi, hi. Happy post Thanksgiving. I know a lot of people are out there. They're in recovery from hanging out with their families and all of that. But if you're here tonight, hopefully you're here to have a nice, easy hangout, informal. Uh, I don't even know what I'm saying tonight. All right, we're just here hanging out. We don't really have a lot of plans, but I didn't want to miss a week. I want to be consistent. But we do have some really big plans and some big shows coming up. So I'm going to tell you guys about those. I'm gonna get rid of that cough drop because I think I'm okay. All right, let's get the dogs involved and let's do some hellos. Oh my goodness, this hat is gonna make me hot. And go 49ers! Whoop! All right, get on the couch. Here we go. That, oh, we lost one. We lost one. Dog down. Dog. No, both dogs down. Both dogs down. Oh my goodness. I don't know what you're talking about. I see somebody saying I'm naughty. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm a nice Santa. Who said that? Jolly. No, it's actually, look at that reversible. I think last year we had a store closing in town, and I was like, we've got Brandon coming back this year, and we're like, okay, we're gonna make sure we have decorations, even though we haven't decorated these hats. I think I got four of them. They're like $1 each or something really cheap. And so, yeah, I was like, what did I buy last year? I was like digging through stuff as much as I can post surgery. But yeah, naughty and nice hats. How cool are those? And for $1, yes, please. Guess who's going to be wearing this on a lot of live streams? All right, get on the couch. They can't decide how to be on the same team here. There you go. Oh, Dallas, it hit your booty. It hit her booty. All right. I see a whole bunch of amazing people on the screen that I'm in. I see Diane Jolly, Kobe, Ringo, Alan, Ringo. I said Ringo already. I'm going to scroll up, but let's get to the very top here. First in the house. Oh, wait, that's me. Kobe, were you first in the house? I don't even know if I think that is right. Kobe was first. Floss is second. I only put it up today. Oh my goodness, this hat's getting hot. The hat is getting a little too hot. Maybe I'll put it on later. Watch this. Watch this. Any dogs paying attention? Oh, Paula, did you notice I took off that annoying headrest thing that always annoyed you? I finally got around to it. All right. Going back. Focus, Nate. Focus. Dallas, you're distracting me. Hi. Hi. All right. We got, there's Jolly again. I saw her down below and now I scrolled up. Okay. We got Auntie Cindy in the house. How's it going, Auntie? Good to have you here. I think I missed saying hello to her. I might have been upstairs doing a little booty dance for Paula in my Santa Claus outfit. Apparently, I sneak up too quietly too. I'm like stomping on the stairs, and I still snuck up on whatever she was doing in her chair upstairs. There she is saying hi, Pookie. My what I say, my sexy exotic Canadian wife watching on the big screen upstairs. I'll see you later. Scrolling. We got Brandon in the house now. Let's go through this now. We'll say it again in a little bit. We got some exciting shows coming up. Brandon is one of them. He's going to be, I believe it's January. Did I not write it down? It's somewhere. It's like right before our Fiji trip. So probably like I want to say the 11th, January 11th. Brandon's doing scuba and he's doing this water rescue and starting a business, and we're gonna find out about it. I have never actually met Brandon. He's been following us, I think, all the way since Nomok and I hung out, and when Nomok had an active channel. I think that's where you came over, right, Brandon? But anyways, he's gonna come on. He's gonna introduce himself live to all of us, and we're gonna get to hang out and talk a little with Brandon. Along with that, before that, we got Dallas. Get up here. Get up here. Guess who's turning 10? 10. This one right here. Now, I've never really celebrated either dog's birthday because I'm never really quite sure of the exact day. But Dallas is turning 10. You guys know her medical history. I was for a few years there. I would have told you she wasn't. I would just be happy for her to make it to 10. Well, she's basically 10. I don't know the exact day, beginning of December. And so next Sunday, we're doing a 10th, well, not anniversary, Nate. It's 10th happy birthday to this one. And she said, it's almost my birthday, Dad. Why don't you give me another treat? Okay. Okay. That's reasonable. Get up there. Get up there. On the couch. On the couch. Thought they were going to fight over those for a second. But anyways, I don't know what we're going to do. we're going to get her some special treats and we'll come hang out and it'll be all about Dallas next Sunday. I will try my best to do maybe a slideshow or a little video, and we'll probably post that too afterwards. But we're celebrating Dallas next Sunday night. And of course, it's the 49ers bye week, so I don't got to worry about watching the game or anything. And then the week after that, not next Sunday, but the following Sunday, check this out, guys. I have a friend, acquaintance, whatever it was, friend of friends type of thing back in college, who he was in banking. I don't know him through banking. I know him through my early college days. And he's been posting online about he quit banking and he's going to become a trucker. But he went on this amazing 40 to 50 day trip through Europe and Greece and Egypt. And he has agreed not only to let me use some pictures to show you guys, but he's going to actually come on. You don't always get that where people go on cool trips. They don't really want to be on camera. They might let you use pictures or whatever. Check I've only got one so far. Check this out. This is him in Egypt. Now, they just opened that big museum with King Tut or whatever out in Egypt. I don't know that much about it. We're going to find out from him. I'm not even going to research it because he's been there. He'll tell us what you need to know. But he rode camels in front of the Great Pyramids. What type of bucket list item is that? Until I saw the video of him doing that and these pictures, I never would have thought of it, right? But how cool is that? And then he's got a picture of him eating pizza at Pizza Hut, and outside the window is a straight shot down Pyramid Row, or I don't know what it's called. But eating Pizza Hut in front of the pyramid. So he's going to come on in a couple of weeks. He's still out traveling. He's been doing it for over a month now, but he's taking some time to be absolutely use some pictures. Absolutely. He just needs a little bit of coaching on what it is, what I'm going to ask type of thing, because he's not a YouTuber, right? So a lot of the people that come up here are YouTubers, kind of know the routine. Brandon and him both, I'll probably make a little video to help them out. Here's what you're going to see on your side on StreamYard, and we're going to have some fun with people you haven't met before. I remember meeting Floss, and Floss, I think it was Carter that you told me you enjoyed, right? Some of the people that you don't always see on YouTube. So you're going to get a couple of people that you don't always see on YouTube, new to YouTube, in the next month and a half, right? And we'll see. We still got a few more weeks to schedule and plan. No big rush. We might just have some hangouts as well tucked in there. But as you guys know, we're doing these Sunday nights. We're doing them consistently. So tell a friend, come hang out every Sunday night. All right, let's get back to hellos. I got distracted again. Big surprise. I get excited thinking about Dallas turning 10. She's been with me for so long, and my head just goes, whoop, whoop. I can't believe she's made it. and she's actually in such good health. She'll be here for a while. We'll get a lot more years and enjoyment with Dallas. Hi, PSS. I don't know who that is. We got Alan in the house. How's it going? Let's put this back on. Let's I should just suck it up and wear it. I get hot so easily, and when I get hot, then I can't think, and then I don't even know what I'm saying. But we're gonna try it because you can only use it for about a month of the year. May as well use the props that we have. Thank you for the reminder. We got Kyle in the house. How's it going? Roman with Ringo. Brandon, Diane, how's it going? Good to see you. Scrolling. I think I've got most everybody here. Cute hat, Nate. Thank you, Jolly. We've got 4 of them here. We got Brene in the house. How's it going, Brene? Saying hello to Nate and Paula and everybody in the chat. Scrolling. I'll catch up eventually. Here we go. We're getting names out from everybody saying hi. You guys know the routine as I scroll through quick. Use capital SSS if it's a statement, capital QQQ. If you got a question for me that you want me to see. Otherwise, depending on how rushed we are, I scroll. Sometimes I go slow. Sometimes I'm an hour behind. Floss, I interviewed the first person who found and solved everything today for a video. Can confirm all 8 can be found by phone. Oh, okay. So somebody already did it though. So now you got to go make another one for everybody. I think we're talking about snow there. Most of the snow melted today over in Michigan. Kobe's got interview. The interview he did today looks like it's going to be out on Wednesday. I think that's his normal posting day, Wednesday and Saturdays. I'll also be revealing all 8 at the end of the interview. So we had a little bit of fun with that last week. There was one that was given out. We found another one together here live. Renee says, "Go 49ers!" I saw a joke that said, You know, when you go to camp as a kid and all of that, the rule they say is if it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down. Well, they're Cleveland Browns, and they got flushed down today. Oh yeah. Okay. That's my WWE interview. Somebody put me in the ring. Kobe says, I want to skydive with my dad over the pyramids. One of my biggest bucket list items now. Wow, that would be cool too. But I'm sorry. Skydiving is cool. But I think the camel, I would never say I want to ride a camel, but you put the pyramids there, riding a camel in front of the pyramids on hump day. It's got to be on a Wednesday. No, I'm kidding. That doesn't. But all of them are cool. I don't know, man. That'd be a different perspective coming from the top of the pyramids. Now, if there was like a secret chute that you could land in and like big slide that kind of went down to the tombs, and I don't know. Scrolling. I don't know what I did now. Have I not caught up yet? I think my first time on YouTube was with you. No, Floss, we met you at M21, I believe it was. I made it to M21, M22, I think. And you were at the very first one. I remember there was about 5 of you, I think, that weren't actually YouTubers, but followers and such. And I remember trying to make the paw prints of Dallas and all of that. But yeah. I don't know. Did we put you on the camera? That's when I met you. Have we had you on the live streams? I don't know. But I am glad we've gotten to meet a few times now. Something significantly shrinking. I don't know if we can talk about shrinkage on here. I think the moderators might be onto us. Pursue. Now I'm really getting lost. Pursue set PSS. I don't know. Oh, Paula's up there trying to like make it cooler or hotter and all of that. It's just going to be this room. It's okay. So yeah, you guys know I overheat. Obviously, I can't even make it up a little sand dune. But now we're planning all this Fiji stuff. We have decided. So I've always overheated really easily, and of course I like to overdo it. So it's not like it's only happened once or twice. It's a regular occurrence. Although I kind of know when it's coming now, and unless you're stuck on a side of the hill, you can get somewhere and just try to cool it down before it gets out of control. Paula has done it once, 2 summers ago or something, where she had probably had some heat exhaustion, or at least early stages. So we're both at this stage where we get hot real easily. And now we're going to go out to Fiji in 90 degrees. And the humidity is the hard part because your body can't cool off, right? Because there's so much stickiness in the air. Even your sweat can't evaporate to take the heat away from your body. So that was one of the tricky things in planning our little vacay coming up. We actually extended a couple more days. We've done some bookings. We got the flights back and forth now. We got a couple of our resorts picked out and booked. And but you've got all these options, almost overwhelming with options, all the way from hostels and what they call homestays where you stay with the family, all the way up to like luxury resorts on the very outer ends of some of these island chains that are like $10,000 a night, right? Not in our budget, but those are the options. So trying to weed through all of those. The one thing that probably weeded more hotels and resorts out than anything was we want AC. We said we need AC just because it's going to be so hot. You don't want to get into a medical issue with overheating, although we still can't be promised. We'll still have to watch it. And most of the places just say we've got it. They rely on the air cool. They have windows that open or the blinds or whatever, plus one ceiling fan, and that's what most of the accommodations have. So we probably whittled down out on the Yasawa Islands and Mamnuka Islands where we're going to spend a few days. I think we just that alone kind of went from like 20 hotel options to about 3 or 4, which actually I'm not complaining about because it was already overwhelming and we're going back and forth about the cons of this and that. And this one's good for snorkeling. What about the food over here? All of that. So it's kind of nice to be like, okay, well, we can't even do this one. We don't want to do this one because it doesn't have any AC. And even the ones that have AC, it needs to be a specific bure or a specific room type, which obviously is typically going to be slightly more. It's actually quite reasonable still, but yeah, the AC actually was a big consideration for us. Was AC and snorkeling. Where's there going to be AC and good snorkeling? That's how I get sold on where to go to Fiji. And of course, we've been watching YouTube videos of all these fish and everything all over the place for like the last 2 weeks. But Kobe says boo 49ers. I'm going to say, well, I better not rub it in too much. The Lions, who did they play? They lost a game. It's been kind of a crazy week. Thanksgiving always is. Teams that you wouldn't normally think win, short week, all of that stuff. Luckily, the 49ers didn't have that happen. The Rams lost, the Lions lost, the Eagles lost. All these teams lost that you would normally think would have won. Thanksgiving always throws a wrench in a lot of those normal plans of what you think, what teams are going to win and whatnot. Okay, let's get back on focus, Nate. I don't even know what we're talking about tonight, so it's okay. I just say skydive specifically because my dad's biggest dream is to go to the top, but that's just extremely illegal. Well, if you go skydiving and you accidentally land on top, although I'm sure somebody has tried it and they've probably got that type of thing under wraps. Trying to provide a middle ground with him. Okay, now it's getting out of here. We're taking it all off. Here goes my top. Woo! I don't know what's gotten into me. Actually, I do know. My wife makes some delicious wine, Christmas elixir, if you will. All right, what else we got? Floss says it was M21. Yes, yes. What great times. I'm gonna make it out to Michigan probably, but meetups again, right? All right, scrolling. No M22, she says. Yeah, see, Bernay was at M22, so it was M21 that I first met you and gave you the pineapple floss. I'm pretty sure. Oh, it was autocorrect. Gotcha. Scrolling. Oh, now we're getting a little frisky in chat. Yeah, that's right. The Packers beat the Lions, and the reason I'm watching that so closely is the 49ers are kind of sitting in that last spot for the playoffs. And so that division where there's the Packers, the Bears, and the Lions, all strong teams, and in ours we've got the Rams, who seem till today pretty solid in the top spot, and then Seattle and 49ers, which will play the last game of the year. And of course, I think the Lions and the Bears play the last week. It's going to go all the way till the end for that last playoff spot. But yeah, I think the Bears beat the Eagles, so the Bears look really solid now. So now it's like, well, the Packers look pretty good too, but they got to play the Bears twice. Lions don't have that strong of a schedule, but they're probably our best bet of not being overtaken. I don't know. We just got to stay and watch the game. Green Bay is my second team. I will say that in the NFL. 49ers first, Green Bay, and of course they've had some historic games and people think it's a weird combination, but I like the small team atmosphere, right? It's not a major metropolitan area. I think the fans are cool. They're gung ho. It's a community owned team, right? You don't got rich billionaires running in and you're making profit off of it. Jolly says you tease. Well, I did take my top off. I don't know how that's a tease, Jolly. I think the Packers paid the ref in cheese curds. Okay, now you two go over the. Kyle, are you a Packers fan? Okay, Paula, you have a store on Instagram. Jolly says So I don't think you can buy stuff on her Instagram, but that's where she posts stuff so that people, when she makes something, if they're interested, then they can contact her. She actually has had some people contact her on Instagram, and then just they have to be local though. But yeah, she just says just photos. That way people in town or around, they have a place to be able to see if they're interested in a bouquet and that type of thing. Kobe, oh no. Uh-oh. Am I scaring off all of our viewers because I said Green Bay is my second team? There are a lot of similarities between the Saskatchewan Roughriders and the Green Bay Packers. Small market teams. you think the Green Bay is a small market for the NFL, and it is. Regina, Saskatchewan is a much smaller market, but it's one of the craziest fan bases up in the CFL. Oh, okay. Kyle's Lions fan, so I'm pushing away two people from my channel. You know what? I've met a lot of people up in Michigan, so I got to be careful. There are other reasons I don't particularly root for the Lions. I do like Detroit though. I spent 3 months there, and I'm happy for the city and the revival that you're seeing up there. Um, but the team itself, I yeah. Hey Debbie, how's it going? Oh, now we Debbie's here. I'm gonna play nice. Put on my thumbs. I'm an angel. You should come to Becoming Bevs and Johnny's. They run together, and Bev has live bands 3 nights. Yeah. No, if we've talked about it on here before. If I could do that and then run up to M22 and then Marshalls, I would. We're just gonna have to wait and see with the new business. Both, I'm not gonna be spending a lot of money traveling until it's making some money, and that's going to the type of business that I'm running will take a year or two to really the timing of contracts and stuff will take a while. And so I don't want to be spending a lot of money after Fiji. Fiji, I was already kind of committed to. We had the plans, and so it's like, well, this is a once in a lifetime trip. We've got the tickets to go. Let's not waste those. So that's kind of our last hurrah for now. And then who knows? Maybe it'll take off. There's a lot going on with the administration, and a lot of consumer rights are being pulled back on. From banking with the CFPB all the way back to the airlines, right? They've pulled back all of the consumer protections on if the flights are delayed and it's the airline's fault, and you used to be compensated and such, and they're rolling all of those back as well. There's so many things being rolled back kind of underneath everybody's noses while they're distracting with Venezuela and this and that. But in working in consumer protection, it's frustrating. He doesn't cheer for the Lions because it's my team. That's not true. Ron Sees America. Okay, so we're talking about Johnny's. We did get to see Ron Sees America when we went. We didn't go last year. We went the year before. You were there. Ron was there. I'm gonna get messed up because there was a lot of people there. Ava and Doug were there. Um, of course, Johnny and her sister, whose name is escaping me right now. There's a lot of people that we knew, and also a lot of new people. And I always love that mix where you don't feel so much as an outsider because you at least know a handful of people that you're very comfortable with. But it's also you get to meet some new people, so then on the road you continue to know people as you go to these things. But oh, we know Paula is the naughty one. Okay, let's take a poll. We're gonna cause some Christmas drama here. Ho ho ho! I'm gonna need the beard if I'm gonna be doing that, or should I dye this white? Oh, it started. It started. All right. Who's the naughty one in this household? QQQ. You get 2 picks and you got to pick one. Who's naughty and who's nice out of Paula and Nate? I'm not giving you A, B. I'm going to get myself confused. Just put it in chat. I see Kobe says Nate is. Which one? Which one? Am I nice or naughty? And then I'll assume the other one's naughty or nice, depending on which one you say. I'm still going to get myself confused. Oh, Kobe says I deserve naughty. All right, there we go. But he'd use it to grill out. Hi, everybody saying hi. Nate is one of them, but I love Paula can't say she's naughty. I can. I don't think either one of us is gonna be offended if you call us the naughty one. We're gonna take it in the fun way. Both of you are nice. What a cop out! What a cop out, Floss. That's not how this thing. You're breaking the rules. One of us has got to be naughty. You can't say both of us are nice. You got to play by the rules. Of course, I'm the one. Here, Nate is saying play by the rules, right? That might tell you who's naughty. You're her husband. I know. I can call her naughty. As I was doing a little Santa jiggy up there for her. She's got it on video, guys. I don't think that's going to make it to YouTube, though. All right, what are we doing? Oh, I feel like the old David Letterman. All right, for tonight's top 10. No, I'm not nearly that funny. Oh, my goodness, it's hot again. God, take off. Oh, the dogs are getting mad. Should we give them a treat? Put a 1 in chat if the dogs deserve their treat bone. Make sure you hit that thumbs up on your way in, guys. Our friendly reminder, we don't actually withhold the treats if you don't. But we do withhold them until they get on the couch, don't we? Don't we? Get on the couch. Get on the couch. Oh my goodness! Now she's knocking everything over. That. Uh, ho ho ho! Merry Christmas. They're gonna get so sick of their dad acting like Santa. Alan for the win. Alan followed directions and got the dogs their bone. Thank you, Alan. Nobody else did it yet. Oh, look, there's Brene. We got Charlie Grace, another one of our. We were just talking about the meetups in M21 and M22. Of course, Charlie Grace interviewed me back in the day. I don't know if that video still exists, but when I was brand new to YouTube, now that I'm an accomplished veteran, 5 years in, as YouTube tells me, you've been doing this for 5 years. Why isn't your channel bigger? Why aren't you making us more money? They say. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, she interviewed me, and I think we had Dallas out, and Pippa was in the little window back in my campsite when I was still kind of very much away from everybody. Still, in other meetups we still are. I got a little bit closer into the groove of everything. We got Tommy in the house. Happy, by the way, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I hope everybody got to go see family and had a wonderful week. I know for me, I'm up in Canada, so everybody up here is just, well, we're working, but I'm working in Canada, but trying to like network and stuff and work with people in the States and nobody's around. So it's a little frustrating for me. I had a couple setbacks last week and I just had to remember like this isn't a normal week. Uh, but hopefully everybody actually wasn't working. We of course did our Thanksgiving in October. Still sent out messages saying happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Still spent some time. I hope you guys did too, thinking about what we're lucky for and what we're grateful for. Hopefully people didn't have to get stuck in traffic too much or in airports or anything like that. Well, okay, we got a new game here. Guess who Charlie Grace had lunch with today? I don't even know who to guess. Where are you at, Charlie Grace? I don't even know what part of the country you're in. I don't remember Nate's honey being tiny. Tiny? Tiny? It was so much fun. Charlie Grace and I don't know. Who are you hanging out with these days, Charlie Grace? Anybody else have a guess? I don't have a guess. I don't even know. I'm how often do I not even have a guess? Oh my goodness. We actually have 16 people in the house. That means everybody has made it back, hopefully, from their Thanksgiving shenanigans. I wasn't sure, if we had 5 people in here, we just do it real quick. And but luckily you guys are all home and I think recovering from the food coma that we all put ourselves in. I think we had some wings that Paula bought, and so we were watching the football game today, and we had some wings and some taters. And we learned that Nate does not know how to use the oven correctly because I still try to time everything as if we have an air fryer, which broke. And so when you're still running on air fryer time and you are now cooking with an oven, what we find happens is the wife looks at you funny and goes, "How long did you cook this?" "Well, I cooked it as long as the bag said to, dear." She looks at the bag. "You're not cooking the air fryer time, are you still, Nate?" "Oh, I don't know. Was I?" "I was." And that's what happens around these parts in Canada. Kobe's gonna go film a drone shot of the sunset for us. Debbie is guessing Lance. Now, they used to run around together a lot, and if it was a couple years ago, that would have been my guess. I don't know. Is that still a good guess? Is that still a good guess? I don't know. Nope, nope, not Lance. Not Lance. Okay. Um, I don't know. Who could Charlie Grace be running around with today or whenever it was? Where was the question? I lost track of it now. I don't know if she's even gonna tell us unless we guess, guys. I feel like we're doing one of Captain Jack Scrappers, guess the channel type of thing. And now I lost it altogether. I tried to scroll up and find. Oh, here we go. Who did Charlie Grace have lunch with? So I say running around. Okay, it wasn't quite running around on adventures. She had lunch. Is it somebody famous? Is it somebody famous, Charlie Grace? Because I know if you get it down into Tennessee and Nashville area and the Grand Ole Opry, Charlie Grace knows people. She knows some big people up there. The high flyers. I know she's done shows, I say shows at the Grand Ole Opry, but been involved with some of the charity and such. So she rubs some elbows with some, I don't know if they're powerful people or what, but she knows some people. I think. Am I right? Am I wrong? Uh Floss had a good guess. Who'd she guess? Who did she guess? Tim Time. Oh, that is a good guess. Right part of the country. Tim Time is in Kentucky, I believe still. Kenny? I don't know. We're gonna find out eventually. This is kind of fun. Marshall? Marshall's a good guess. He's in that part of the country. I don't know. Is Charlie Grace in Tennessee right now? I know that's Tennessee and Alabama, I believe, are kind of home based type areas for her, but I don't know if that's uh Paula's like, yeah, you're feeding me raw food. Thanks, darling. And I didn't say it, but the fries and the onion rings the other night that weren't right were probably the same way. I would say we need another air fryer, but the air fryer always like smoked us out, especially during winter when you don't really want to open windows. So, and I told her this. I said, you know what? I work from home. I just need to get better at getting upstairs, turning the oven on a little bit earlier, get it preheated, and because the ovens take a little bit longer than the air fryer. That's kind of the nice thing about the air fryers; they're smaller but quicker. Bernays says, I think Lance is in Florida. That sounds about right for Lance this time of year. And Kenny is on a cruise again. Man, that guy's been on more cruises than I've been on. All right. I don't know. Are we out of guesses? I don't know who to guess. I think the first guess I had was Lance, just because like the Michigan meetups, those were the people that were around. Um, but I haven't seen them together on live streams and such in the last couple of years, as far as I know. So I was like, I don't think that's right. I hadn't I hadn't seen him in 2 years and was back on my way up to Nashville. Captain Jack Scrapper, no way. Oh, that's awesome. Did he have a shirt on? Did he at least put a shirt on for you? Yeah, our puddle jumping friend, Captain Jack Scrapper. So again, we should have just gone and guessed all the Michigan meetup people. Because yes, the M21, there would have been Floss, there would have been Captain Jack Scrapper, Tina the Outsider, Charlie Grace, all sorts of wonderful people. And of course, it's kind of changed who goes every year and all that. But yeah, amazing, cool people. He did have a shirt on. That actually surprises me. I remember it for. Oh, I am hitting buttons I shouldn't be hitting. I don't think I closed the stream down. No, I remember meeting Jack, and we did our puddle jumping, and then he'd do lives. And I was just like, I don't know. I was always curious at first. I wouldn't watch the lives, so I'm like, I don't really want to sit here and watch a guy without a shirt on and whatnot. But then I keep watching, right? Because it's kind of a hangout type of thing, and it really doesn't. After like, Jack just doesn't have a shirt on, right? Let's see. Dan says, Nate, Jack had a shirt on, long pants, and even socks. Are you sure this was Jack? Right? Floss. I'm not wrong. I'm not going crazy. I'm giving him crap, but I like Jack, so I'm allowed to. And I don't think he would take offense. Jack's at that age. I love it. I want to be, I'm getting closer and closer where I just, he knows he's a good person. He knows what he enjoys in life, and he's in a good place. I think in that regard, he's just he is who he is, and he is who he wants to be. And I think we should all strive to be like that. Then how did you recognize him if he had his shirt on? That is an excellent question. I'll say it's a little cold, a little nipply, and he needed to have a shirt on. Jack is Nate's spirit animal. We do have some similarities in we are willing to do things that some people just wouldn't do, such as jumping in puddles, looking at each other and be like, you want to jump in that puddle? Yeah, let's jump in that puddle. Oh, that wasn't good enough. Or the didn't film. Let's do it again. And now everybody's jumping in puddles. All right. What about his pirate hat and wiggy? Did he have a pirate hat and a wiggy? Are we calling it a wiggy on? Does he even have a wig? I love these nights where I don't really have plans, but we all just talk and hang out, and it's fun. These type of live streams make me happy. Even if I got to wear a crazy Santa hat. See, I take it off. I don't know this thing, man. I got to start wearing this in winter. It holds the heat in well. I'll tell you that much. Do I want to be naughty or nice? All right. Brandon says, "Happy birthday, Dallas." Yeah, that's right. If you weren't in here earlier, we are going to celebrate Dallas's 10th birthday, her first birthday party ever, because I've never known her exact birthday because, well, she's adopted. And I've seen some numbers from vet reports, and but different. You see different numbers, different from different vets and whatnot. So I believe, I got, I think it was December 5th that I got Pippa after Dallas, years after Dallas, but I'm pretty sure Dallas's actual birthday is somewhere early December. I've also seen once where I think it's actually summer, so maybe she's 10 and a half now. I don't know. But we're saying it's 10. We're so happy. All of the surgeries and all the incident, both surgeries, and then what was the other thing? Not hernia. That's me. Where she shakes. Anyways, all of that stuff. We're just so happy that her health is good, and we're gonna take the time this year to celebrate. And then we're gonna have other live streams with guests about their travels, and it's gonna be amazing. And then we're gonna say, "See ya, we're going to Fiji," and then we'll come back and we'll tell you about it. All right. So let's see. Did I even have anything to talk about? Let's see. I need my spectacles. Oh yeah, I did go to the eye doctor this week, so I'm not going to be blind anymore. I've got a couple more weeks. You guys probably won't see the glasses on me. It's nearsighted. I had LASIK about 11, 12 years ago, and they say it lasts about 10. And my eyes are going on me again. Now that I'm working and doing my business, the screens will do that to me. And so in a couple of weeks, I'll get my glasses. And I told them, I was like, what's causing it now is we're going to Fiji, and I want to see all of the beauty, right? And so I sucked it up. I went, and luckily I have, through my amazing exotic Canadian wife, some amazing insurance that I guess I don't have to pay for glasses. So that's not to confuse people. That's not Canadian healthcare. That's her through her work. I always got to be careful because what we have is a little bit on top of what all Canadians get automatically, right, through the healthcare system. So, hey, Lewis and Clark, how's it going? Does anyone have any idea when people are going live anymore? No, I don't think so. I know Captain Jack and Kobe and a couple of them do Wednesday nights. Unfortunately for me, especially since we're going to Fiji, we like to watch Survivor. So you guys will hear me talk about Survivor sometimes, like, oh my God, can you believe this or that? But especially this year because we're going to Fiji and it's filmed in Fiji this year. So we're kind of obsessed with that. And it just makes us happy and it makes us look forward to our trip. So I love Captain Jack and Kobe. We rewatch when we can. We pop in and say hi real quick, that type of thing. But unfortunately, that is the one night that we want to sit in front of the actual TV. I think, oh, her name's escaping me now. The other meetup, Floss, Johnny. Johnny still does, I believe. I don't always get in there either. I believe Johnny's Journey still does Tuesday nights very consistently, actually. Those are the consistent ones. We're going to be doing Sunday nights right at 6:00 Central. I'm going to try not to change it up too much. Yes, thank you, Floss. But yes, unfortunately, we've lost some great friends who did the late nights, Ron in particular, and so we lost kind of that hangout, unfortunately. And some other people this year. I know we lost Mark, but he didn't do live streams. But yeah, there are still a handful, but nowhere near like the 24/7 all week long where everybody was doing them all the time. Paula used to do 3 live streams a week, right? And now we get 1 or 2 a year out of her. But she usually has something she's happy about and excited about. Okay, so Charlie, you're part of that where I'm not on YouTube. Although you might actually be after the show, so that might actually be possible. So actually, it still seems like Wednesday night. And Paula used to do Wednesdays. I used to do Wednesdays. So Wednesday is a very good night for it, unless you happen to like the one show that I like. But Wednesdays are good for doing live streams. So Charlie Grace is doing Wednesdays at 8 p.m. as well. Now, is that on top of when Jack goes? So I don't. I think he goes at 6 here. So maybe there's an hour of overlap. I don't know. I don't know. But there's no. Oh, it's getting hot again. It's getting hot again. There's not like a schedule like there used to be. And that's why it's like if I'm gonna do them, I'm like, I gotta do them consistently. Because people don't know. And then if you do pop-ups, people like you get maybe a third of the people there and whatnot. And people can rewatch, but they typically don't. I'm the same way. I don't blame people. If I go to a live, I want to be in chat. I want to be saying hi to people. If I want to watch a video, watch it, make an edited video that's nice, short, concise. But the lives, I don't know. Yeah, I want to do it live with the person hosting it and with everybody else in the chat. Oh my gosh, Lewis and Clark leaving for the Bahamas tomorrow. How long are you going to be there? That is awesome. I have not been there, but I do think it is one of the more affordable ones. I was looking at it because years ago, maybe 5 years ago, it got hit with hurricanes or whatever, and you could actually go to the Bahamas very cheap at that point. And I don't know if Jamaica is going to be the same way. I haven't heard anything about that. And I thought about it years ago because of that, because you could go for dirt cheap. And it is, I think, one of the closer ones from Florida. Well, Cuba, but none of the Americans, all of our Canadian watchers can go to Cuba. None of us Americans can, unless you really get into the weeds and figure out how to go for building stuff, or I don't know. There are ways to do it, but you're not at that point. They're such a narrow definition of who can go to Cuba from the U.S. that I guarantee you're not doing it as vacation. It's pretty much impossible. Oh, I didn't know Annette, and I don't personally know Annette Bantes, but I know the name. I didn't know they do back to back now. That's awesome. Oh wait, Johnny is on Sunday at 4 p.m. Central. Annette Bantes follows Johnny. I did not know that. I might have to reach out to them. 4:45. So am I going on at the same time as Annette? Because if somebody else is going, I can always. I don't know how much later I want to push it back, but I might reach out to them and see. I see a question. Let's pull this back up. We're talking about camels here. What's camels would be awesome if think Nate should do a video when he rides on the camel. I don't know. I would love to ride a camel someday. But the other Nate. You're actually saying that correctly, but I forget our guest name is Nate. So yeah, when we're talking about this amazing trip that this old friend of mine had, my name's Nate, his name is Nate, and the channel name is Nate for short. So it's going to be Nate and Nate on Nate, and it's going to be very confusing. Please don't say I've got a question for Nate that night in 2 weeks. But we're going to have some fun with that one. That picture alone gets me excited for that live stream. But anyways. Let's see here. If you're awake early, Ava Potterfield and friends, Monday and Wednesday. Okay, yes, Brene, if you're around at the end of our shows or anybody, quite frankly, I've been meaning to do this. We got to meet Ava at Johnny's meetup, Ava and Doug, and they got to meet Dallas, and we got to meet, was it Buddy? No, they're absolutely amazing people, and I do find there is something about starting your week off with somebody like Ava, she's got her struggles with her health and everything, but she's such a positive person. And sometimes I'm working while she's up. I've got a screen over here where you guys are. I'm saying hi and all of that. But yeah, if you guys aren't working or can have earbuds in, Ava's show, especially on Mondays, right? Monday mornings, Ava kicks it off, and I think our great friend Steve is 2 hours after. So after I should remember to shout them out on Sunday nights, and I need to get in the habit of that. So as we get close to the end, guys, feel absolutely free to remind me or put it in chat if I miss it or anything like that. Hey, we got Tim and Tim. How you doing, man? Oh my goodness. Now you're over in I want to say Vietnam, but I think I'm wrong. Wade, our friend Wade from our very first meetups when I met Paula, is out over in the Philippines. I know he put a video out today about he's trying to get his AC fixed out in the Philippines. I feel bad for the guy. I would be absolutely frustrated with the stuff he's going through trying to get his AC in his car fixed. And he's saying like, yeah, it's like Fiji, 95 degrees and humid. You need AC or you're going to die. Vietnam, I did have it right. Because we're going to Fiji, Tim's in Vietnam, and Wade is in the Philippines. I kind of hard to keep it all straight. Nate Vaders. Is that what's gonna happen when we have two Nates on Nate? That just doesn't sound good. We might actually have to say the channel name that night, North American Traveler's Edge. Yeah, is he over there for good or what's going on, Tim Tim? I know it's a lot cheaper for Tim to be over there. You know what though? If I was in Tim's position where he's retired, especially with I'm assuming a good, at least a decent, but probably good because he was military for 20 plus years. If he doesn't have a reason or want to be in the States, you can live pretty good over there in some of those Asian countries like the Philippines, like Vietnam. And if you don't have to work or something keeping you in the States, then why not? Why not? And I don't know, I'd probably change and move somewhere every couple of years. Gina, okay, I haven't seen these. Gina has been doing some pop-ups. I'll have to keep an eye on that. I think I have seen that she was making some videos, and I think is she still in the bread truck? This is where it's hard, especially when I started working full time. And now I'm working more now that I'm trying to start my own business, right? So it's hard to keep up. And I've also thought in my head, can I really afford the time to do weekly live streams and videos on YouTube? But I absolutely am. I've decided I can. And doing it will also benefit my business, being a better editor and some of the things I'm going to be doing with the business, which is why I can justify it, I think. Tim might have another wife and a nice house over here. And he doesn't have to make everybody egg rolls. If they're asking for Tim's egg rolls in Vietnam, you know they're good. Vangirl Cheryl does pop-ups. So we got Gina, Vangirl Cheryl, they are doing pop-ups. Gina's in the cab. Okay, that's right. I did see that. Gina's in a cabin. She's not in the bread truck anymore, which I'm assuming is a good thing, right? That's a good upgrade. I'm not touching that one. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to go. I've got to go and check out Gina's channel because I haven't seen anything about the cabin. I think I have seen the thumbnails, but if I clicked on every thumbnail I wanted to watch on YouTube, I'd be in a lot of trouble. Of course, I've been clicking on a lot of Fiji videos, so a lot of my YouTube viewing time has been more on Fiji research right now. But I'd say that's gonna change, but probably not because. So here's how we're doing our Fiji trip. I'm not gonna tell you all the details. We'll tell you afterwards. And I don't know if Paula may or may not. I don't know. I don't plan to be filming the whole time. I'm gonna be enjoying. Maybe we're gonna be taking pictures and videos. If a video comes out of it, who cares? I forget my point now. But anyways, we're gonna go over there. When we land, we go into the town called Nadi on the west coast of the main island, and we're gonna spend one night local, get our kind of recover from 25 hours of travel. It's technically the same day that we leave and land, but it's like because you're moving with the sun. I think it's about 25 hours of travel between layovers and everything. So we're gonna land, get our feet under us for one day, then we're gonna go to an island for 3 days and another island for a few more days. We're doing it. We've extended it from 10 days to 12 nights, or 10 nights to 12 nights. So I think that gets us 7 of the nights, and then we're gonna leave it open because we might rent a car and. This would be interesting. You guys would probably love this because they drive on the other side there. And so guess who would get to drive? Me. Driving on the wrong side of the road. I probably wouldn't do it in England or like London or somewhere real crazy, but I just don't get the feeling like Fiji's that crowded. And they're kind of like some of the Hawaiian Islands. It's got like the ring road around it. There was a couple rough roads in between, but you're just going to drive the outside of the island. It's about a 7-hour drive if you did it straight. So we're going to have like these 5 free days that are kind of flex days. And we're going to we might say, hey, we haven't done, maybe the weather hasn't cooperated and the waves haven't cooperated with snorkeling. So we may say, hey, in the next few days, it's supposed to be clear weather. And hey, it's not going to be that hot where maybe we don't need AC. We can go spend a couple nights at a hostel rate out on these Yasawa Islands, a lot cheaper, get the snorkeling in if we haven't got to do it yet, right? So we're going to leave ourselves that flexibility. Or if we've done the snorkeling, we've seen everything, we've swam with the sharks, because I don't know if Kobe's still here. There are. I'll get to that in a second. But we're really these 5 days of flex days. The other thing that I was telling Paula that I love about this is when you go travel and you're talking to people and you find out about things that we all watch YouTube and we research as much as you can. Sometimes talking to people is the best way to be like, where did you go? And you see their eyes light up and be like, man, if you still have time, go here, go there. And so that gives us leeway on flexibility on the back of our trip to be like, you know what, we really want to do this. Or here's how the weather is kind of shaken out, where it hasn't been good our first 6 days. We really need to just stay out on the outer islands because we haven't got the experience that we wanted out here, and the weather's going to be clear, that type of thing. So now that Kobe's back, I forgot you had left for a second because I was just going to say, and the one thing that the more we watch these Fiji videos, we've joked about swimming with the sharks on here before, and I was like, I don't know, right? Because I thought you'd have to scuba, and I'm nervous about scuba. And then you'll see these sites that say we'll get you what you need for scuba. I don't know. But out on the Yasawa Islands, so on the south side of the main island, I'll just say the main island. There are the big sharks. There are the bull sharks and I think the tiger sharks, right? And it's a little deeper water, and these are the little bit more aggressive ones. And they'll say it's still safe, and they'll bring people down, but those are the ones where you are more likely to have an incident. Out on the west side and out on these outer islands called the Mamanuca and the Yasawa Islands, you can on occasion, but it's far more rare for those larger sharks to be out there. But what you do get out there are some reef sharks, and those are much more timid, much more less dangerous. You don't have issues with them typically. So I've said on here I'm not going to swim with sharks. I actually kind of want to see a shark now because I've seen videos where these reef sharks, they're big. They're not like these little beautiful colorful fish going in and out of the coral. They're big fish, but they're not the giant fish, right? So I'm not going to be like swimming and paddling like, don't bite me, don't bite me. So I would absolutely love to see a reef shark if we're out there. Now I don't know how good, what the likelihood of that actually is, unless you pay for an excursion that they're taking you to an area, that type of thing. And some of the things we're in the wrong season for, like the manta rays. At first, when we started playing this trip, I was like, you see these manta ray islands where there's channels that they swim through, and I'm like, but I've seen a lot of the stingrays and stuff. So I don't know if I'd be like ooh and on over that, right? Where I'd go on an excursion to do it. But the more I've watched these videos of these manta rays, they are so different in their mouths and whatnot. And they're not just on the bottom, they're swimming along like a fish, and their mouths are catching all the water. And that we're in the wrong we won't be in the right season for the manta rays. And Paula goes, well, maybe there'll be one just hanging out. I don't think that's how that works. I'm not a marine biologist, but I don't think we're going to get to see the manta rays. We'd have to go back. Maybe we'll love it. We'll go back in summers when you got to go to see the manta rays. So we'll see. All right, let's catch up on chat. You guys got me chatting over there. Gina's been doing pop-ups. Kobe then follows Jack on Saturdays and sometimes on Wednesdays with bonus content. Tim's got a second life that we know nothing about. Scrolling. Oh, it's going to be amazing. We will have video, I'm sure, that we'll pop on and share. I just don't know how much. Especially those 3 years, I took so much video that never got edited and put out. I still could go out and edit it, but who's got the time when you're trying to run businesses and then also just do weekly live streams and such? But 25 hours, well, 15 hours. No, it is 25 hours because from LAX to Fiji is a 10-hour flight. And then we've got 2 flights to get to LAX, to or from whichever way you're going. So yes, it's about the same amount of trip to go to Guam, to Australia, New Zealand, Fiji, Philippines, Vietnam. Any of those are going to be about the same commitment of a trip, right? So yes, we could go to Vietnam. And who knows, maybe, I don't know, if I went to one of those countries over there, I think it would be the Philippines that I would go to first. Although I'd probably do like 5 days, maybe Philippines, 5 days Vietnam, 5 days Thailand. There's all sorts of amazing touristy places, and I guess it would depend on what you want to see, but they're also affordable in that short list that I just gave anyways. Fiji, not so much. Fiji is incredibly affordable if you want it to be affordable, or it's incredibly expensive if you want it to be expensive, right? Oh my goodness. My throat's starting to bother me a little bit, guys. Let's see here. Bernay says, if you enjoy movies, especially the horror movies, have Cheetah with View talks and interviews the movie talent Michael Bain from Aliens, blah, 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 showed up on panel. I'm assuming, and sorry for blowing my nose again, guys, but where did that go? I'm assuming Have Cheetah with View is a YouTube channel. Oh, excuse me. Cody, ring the. Still have to watch Tim Tim's latest video. Sorry, my allergies are starting to trigger, guys. I don't mean to be rude here. I'm gonna have to put that on my list. Oh my goodness, there's so much good content. Now I feel like I've got to go spend 5 days on YouTube to catch up on everybody, which I probably should. I'm so far behind. I got dog hair. Especially when I started working full time before I left my job. Yeah, I got really busy and really wasn't on YouTube a whole lot. We're all feeling like we got to catch up on videos now. Okay, yeah, that is a channel because I feel like I've heard that before. Kobe says I'm available for hire in regards to video editing. Just putting that out there. My problem is I need to learn how to video. I know how to video edit, but there's certain things I still want to learn so that there's things that I want to do with my business, with training videos that especially with like reusable stuff, right? It's relatively easy to click record, get a what do you call the thing that record tells you what to say, you make your little script, blah blah blah, and then you can hash them all together, right? That's pretty basic. When I started, that felt pretty advanced. Put little transitions and whatnot in. That's relatively beginner intermediate, but going into like Adobe, and I'm gonna forget the program where you're doing some of the graphics that are moving and whatnot, and vectors and all those layers that move, but that you can reuse, where people have like a subscribe suddenly pop up and click and ding and whatnot. I want to get better at that, but I just haven't had the time to. And really got to do it over and over and over for a bit of time as you learn it. I missed something. Scrolling. Well, y'all know who is kind of local in Vietnam now, Nate. Paul, and you need to visit once. I'll be your free tour guide. Hey, if I can get this business up and running, I would absolutely love. I would still love to go on a trip every year. Oh, 1 second, guys. I apologize. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna just go. Okay. Rather than me just thinking around that with it, let's take care of that. Have Cheetah will view. Yes, he's been on Ava's and Steve's, and he's interviewed both Ray and me. I know the name. I don't know if I've ever actually watched the channel, but oh my goodness, I'm still getting hot in here. Do I need to take more off? Go 49ers. At least I got another 49er fan in here that I know of. So I don't feel as bad. Okay. So real quickly here, I'm just going to say a couple things, and then I think this was a nice chat. I absolutely love. I never know when, and I know a lot of you, like Debbie, will be like, you don't need to have like a show planned, but it's always kind of nerve wracking to be like, I'm just going to do a live, come on and chit chat, and not have necessarily a topic type of thing. But I do love it when I do it, and it's nights like this, and people come in and you guys kind of drive it, right? And I know Paula is so good at doing that type of live stream. But I've never been as comfortable with them. But I still sit here and this is so much fun. It is like a hangover. With that, I think just a reminder, next Sunday, we're going to celebrate Dallas's 10 years of life. I've had her for, I think, 8 of those, something like that, through all the ups and downs. And sometimes the downs were with her and all the surgery. You guys have watched that so much. So next week, I am excited. The more I think about it, the more I realize how lucky I am that we went through all those surgeries, got through it all, and she's back there just, oh, my name's in the way. I know you're talking about me, Dad. But yeah, we're all blessed to have her around and bring smiles to our faces. But yeah, that's gonna be next Sunday. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do. I am going to try to take the time this week at some point to put together like pictures throughout the years at different ages and maybe some videos, and we'll just hang out and talk about Dallas stories and whatnot. Maybe that interests you, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But that's what we're gonna do next week. The week after that, in 2 weeks, my friend Nate from college he's gone on this crazy trip. He quit his banking job. He's gonna become a trucker. I think that's the plan. But he went on 40 to 50 days off in Europe and Greece. And you guys see this picture with the pyramids. Oops, that one there is from his trip riding camels in front of the pyramids. We're gonna hang out with him and we're gonna steal some of his pictures from the trip. I'm absolutely looking forward to that one. I always like bringing people that you guys haven't met before that have interesting stories or been places that we don't normally talk about, and so I'm really excited for that one. And then in January, we've also got another one planned with, if he's still here, with Brandon, and he's going to come on and we're going to talk about scuba diving and what he's doing with scuba for searching for people and the business he's doing. So we've got some big plans coming up, and we got a few extra weeks in there as well that we might add things if there's something or you want to talk about or somebody you want to have interviewed, that type of thing. Feel free to reach out. We're going to be doing these consistently, even on weeks like this where I'm not sure if even everybody's out on the road still or whatnot. We're going to keep doing them. We're Sundays aren't landing on Christmas. If it did, then we'd probably take the day off. But there's no real conflict with any of the holidays or anything like that. So we're gonna keep doing these. I think that's it. With that, I'm gonna go ahead and wind this down. But as Brene reminded me earlier, Ava absolutely has a wonderful Monday morning live stream. I think it's called Coffee with Ava, Coffee and Chat with Ava or something. I know a lot of you in here. I see you in there when I get in there. Um, and so 8 o'clock in the morning, my time. I don't know what time that is for you guys, but I think that's 8 Central. I think is what it is, somewhere around there. Go hang out with us. If you're like me, you probably got it up. You're watching for 10 minutes, but then you're kind of back and forth because, yeah, it's also the beginning of the work week for a lot of us. But it's a nice, relaxing, positive way to start your week. So hopefully, I will see you guys all in the morning over at Ava's. I will be there. And with that, I hope everybody also had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Everybody's back home. Your family is doing well. We will see you guys next weekend, next Sunday, and we will be celebrating Dallas. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, the few hours that are left, and have a wonderful week. See you guys.